So good evening and welcome to the preview show for the Hallmark Security Cheshire Football League for Saturday the 25th of March. We're going to shake it up a bit this week. We're going to go from Reserve 2 back up to the Premier Division. So we'll turn it around, give the Reserve Divisions airtime right at the start of the show. Before we do start getting into the previews even, excuse me, oh dear. I just want to draw your attention to it's one key date, but two key events approaching this week. Friday the 31st, a week today, is our deadline day, our transfer deadline day. We run to midnight, so literally players need to be signed on full time by me or Hillary, our registration secretary, by midnight next Friday. After that, no registrations will be accepted for the remainder of the season. Also, Friday the 31st at midnight is the cut-off for new applicant clubs to join the Cheshire League for next season. That's application forms and fees paid to the league. So with that in mind, let's plough on straight into the preview show for Saturday. That's tomorrow, the 25th of March. We're going to start with the President's Cup. Some of those group stages are bubbling under nicely, getting to the last couple of games ready for the top two to qualify for the quarter-finals. We've got three games this week. Pilkington Reserves are taking on Malpas Reserves. Cuddington, who can win their group, are taking on Eagle Sports Reserves. And Middlewich Town are playing Dayton Reserves. In the Crew Cup semi, I think this is the third week we've tried to play it. Barnton Wanderers will play Crew FC from the Premier Division at Barnton Cricket Club, and that will kick off at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Good luck to Crew in that external cup competition, and hopefully they'll get through to the final where they will play Alsager, who beat Congleton Vale last week. Into Reserve Division 2, that's Reserve League 2, and first game up is Goulburn in 8th against AFC Macclesfield in 3rd. This game was 3-2 to Macclesfield only as recently as January. Goulburn have won two in the league. They've won the last two league games in the league since they played AFC Macclesfield. Macclesfield have won one, drawn two since that last game, as well as winning through in the Reserve Division Challenge Cup semi-final against Styles. So they're actually playing Linotype Cheadle Heath Nomads in the Reserve Division Cup final, 5th of April, Barnton FC, 7:45 kickoff. Don't miss that. Winshire Town Development Squad are playing Mersey Valley. That's 5th v 1st. Winshire Development, I'm just trying to read my notes here. They've not won since the 14th of January. They've lost 4 and drawn 1 in the league. The last game was 5-1 to Mersey Valley back in August. And Mersey Valley have won 2 out of 2 in their league games so far in 2017. My money would be on Mersey Valley. They're looking to secure that League 2, Reserve League 2 title. They need 4 points to do that, but they've yet to get there. They have, although they have achieved promotion for next season, so they already know they're playing in Reserve League 1. Into Reserve League 1, and we have Garswood playing Points, and that's 4th v 6th. And one of those misnomers of the fixture calendar, they've not actually played each other yet, probably due to the weather and the games being called off. Garswood, 12 points in 12 in 2017. They're going like a train there after Linotype Cheadle Heath Nomads, who are top of the table. And they're chasing hard with those 4 wins out of 4 pointing. They've won 1 and lost 1, although they have qualified and they're still in the quarterfinals of the Northern Cup, which will be played in 2 weeks' time. And they are at home in that game. The big game, which is a double header, is Linotype Cheadle Heath Nomads in 1st against Knutsford A in 5th. Linotype have only won 1 in the league in 2017. They've been called off. They've been playing in other cup competitions, but they are 100% in 2017. Knutsford A have won 1 and drawn 2 in 2017, so they're taking 5 from 9 points. They are pushing up the table. They've got a couple of games in hand as well, so it should be an interesting and tight game, especially with that game mirrored over in the Premier Division tomorrow afternoon too. Into League 2, where we have 4 games. I'm going to start at the top, alphabetical order as always, but the big games coming at the bottom. So Ford Motors in 5th are playing Moore United in 8th. This game was 5-1 to Ford back in December. Ford Motors drew 1-1 with Barnton Reserves in midweek, and in 2017 they've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1 on the league. Moore United, a bit rejuvenated recently for Moore. They've won 2 and lost 1 in 2017. But they beat Diva last time out on the 11th of March, which Diva in second. That's a great result for Moore United there. Main Road Reserves in 9th against Diva Christleton in second. Main Road, roller coaster form. They beat Ford 4-3 last time out. They've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2 in 2017. But they did win this fixture back in January 2-1. In terms of Diva, they've won 3 and lost 3. They're in second. And they beat Broadheath last week 3-0. But their form, 1-3, lost 3. So they won last week, so maybe they're due for another defeat. Who knows? Join James on Monday for the review show. Orford against Winstanley Warriors, 7th v 6th in League 2. Orford won 1, lost 1 in the league. They've played a couple of cup games. This game was 3-2 to Winstanley back in November. And Winstanley's form isn't much different from Orford's. They've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 2. They drew 3-0 with Unicorn last time out as well. The big game in League 2 tomorrow has to be Windle Labour against Broadheath Central. 1st v 3rd, Broadheath took the spoils back in September with a 4-2 win. Windle's form has been 1-3 and drawn 1 in 2017. They beat Cuddington 3-2 2 weeks ago, with a winner in the last 5 minutes there, where in fact Cuddington were winning 2-0 and lost out 3-2. Broadheath, they've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1, but as I just mentioned there, they lost to Diva Christleton 3-0 last week. Which Broadheath will turn up, which Windle will turn up. Join James on Monday to find out in our review show. Into League 1, and we have a local derby. A number of local derbies this weekend, and this is one of them. Billinge in second against FC St Helens in 8th. This was 2-0 to Billinge on the opening day of the season. Billinge, one of the form teams in the whole league currently. They've won 5, lost 1 in 2017, and they beat Pilkingtons, who are currently 3rd in the division, 5-2 last time out. St Helens, they've drawn 3, lost 1 in 2017. And that defeat was last time out was 5-1 to Grappenhall Sports, the rejuvenated Grappenhall Sports. So good luck to both sides there tomorrow in that local derby, and may the best team win. AFC Macclesfield in 4th against Grappenhall Sports in 14th. Macclesfield 1-3, drawn 1, lost 1. They've also qualified for the District Cup final by beating Poynton 1-0 in the District Cup semi-final, which is a great result, all ends up. Grappenhall, they've won 2 out of 4 in 2017, but the 2 they've lost have been to Warrington and Pilkington, so I think we can let them off with that. They are rejuvenated, they've pulled themselves off the bottom of the table. They've had points deducted this season as well, so in terms of pulling themselves off the bottom of the table, they are doing extremely well. Don't discount a shock there, because they have been the surprise side in the last month or so. The big game in this division this weekend is Cheadle Town in 15th against Tarpley Vicks in 16th. Goal differences of -29 for Cheadle and -32 for Tarpley. Nothing in it. Points totals 9 each. Nothing in it. Cheadle, they won 8-3 against Goulburn Sports last Saturday, which was the first win since October. Tarpley, they won this fixture 4-2 back in January in 2017. They've won 1 and lost 2. They have been playing the President's Cup though. They have been playing regular football. Interesting game. Could go a long way to deciding which team will be going down next season. My money's on a draw, but I'm not a betting man. But if you find it on Betfair, you know what I've just said here. Mersey Valley in 7th against Halebank in 13th. Mersey Valley 1-2, lost 2 in 2017. They lost to Grappenhall, the rejuvenated Grappenhall, 4-1 last time out in the league. Halebank, they've won 2 and lost 3 in 2017, and they're just hovering above that relegation zone. We've just been talking about Cheadle Town and Tarpley Vicks. They're just hovering 2 places above, just that in 10th. They need to win a game here and there. Dayton in 11th against Edgerton in 12th is the final game in the division this weekend. Dayton 1-2, drawn 2, lost 3 in 2017. They lost 5-4 in a high-scoring game, 5-4 to Lostock last time out. Edgerton have won 2, drawn 1, lost 4, and they really are in roller coaster form. This fixture was 3-1 to Edgerton way back in August at the start of the season, but based on current form, I don't think you can split it between them. Maybe a high-scoring draw, 3-3. You heard it here first. Now, into the Premier Division, where we have some absolute whoppers for you this weekend. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that due to Crewe playing in the District Cup semi-final, Altrincham lost their league fixture against Crewe this weekend. But we do have some other big games that are going on as well. Congleton in 8th against Style in 15th. Style not played in 5 weeks. They've taken 4 points from 6 in the last 2, and they're very creditable 1-1 draw with Knutsford the last time out. Congleton, they've won 1, lost 2. They've had a couple of postponements, one in the league in midweek and one last weekend in the District Cup. So they've not played for a couple of weeks. Style could do with the points. Congleton are sat comfortable in mid-table. I'd hate to say nothing to play for, but it should be an interesting game, especially with Style, everything to play for to stay in the division. Denton against Rudheath are having a pitch inspection at 10:30 in the morning. It was 6-0 to Denton back in January, and Denton sitting 7th, Rudheath social in 14th. Denton haven't played for 5 weeks, hence why they need a pitch inspection in the morning. Their pitch has fallen to the weather for the last few weekends, but they have won 3 and drawn 1 in 2017. Rudheath mix and match form. They've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. Again, another creditable draw. They drew 1-1 with Winshire Town last weekend. So again, Rudheath, great draw last week, great game. Denton not played for 5 weeks, but one of the form sides. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. James's review show Monday evening, don't miss it. Greenhill's Padgate St Oswald's in 12th against Garswood in 16th. Garswood 1-2 and lost 3 in 2017. Those 2 games they've lost. They've lost the last 2. They've lost a point in a line attack Gill. Again, in 16th place, bottom of the table, but the last 2 games have been toughies for them. So no bad show there for them, losing to those 2 sides. Greenhalls, they've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 2. But they have qualified for the semi-finals of the Guardian Cup. They did that last week, and they're through to that semi-final in a couple of weeks' time on the 8th of April. The first of the whoppers here for you, that double header I mentioned in the Reserve League 1. We've got Knutsford in 3rd against Linotype Cheadle in 5th. Champions of 2016 against the champions of 2015. Will one of them be champions in 2017? There are a couple of other teams in this division that might have a lot to say about that. Knutsford have very similar run to Denton. They've won 3 and drawn 1 in the league in 2017. These 2 haven't played in the league yet. In fact, I think the reverse fixture is scheduled for the penultimate Saturday of the season, the 6th of May. Linotype, 1-5, drawn 1. They are the form team. They are the form team in the Cheshire Football League on current form. Going great guns. If you're not doing anything, get down to Manchester Road tomorrow afternoon. It promises to be an absolute humdinger 6-pointer. Put as many cliches in there as you like. That's the game to go and watch. Pointed in 6th against Malpas in 10th. This was the shock result of January. Malpas won 4-3, and last week I called them a big game team. And I hold my hands up, but that's still a fair definition for Malpas. Point turnover 1-3, lost 2 in 2017. They lost 2-1 to Knutsford, fellow title challenger, as we've just been talking about last time out. Malpas 1-1, drawn 2, lost 5. The last game, big game side, was 1-1 against Linotype Cheadle Heath Nomads. This could be an interesting game. If you're not doing anything and you don't want to go as far as Knutsford, go to Poynton and have a look at that game there. Getting down to the last 2 games in the Premier Division this weekend. Poynton in 6th. No, done that one. I'm going to drop. I can't even read my own notes. Rylands in 11th against Eagle in 13th. These 2 sides, local derby, hammer and tong. Rylands hovering above that relegation zone. Eagle still involved in that relegation battle. The last time they played, it went to extra time. The last game they played was in the Guardian Cup, and they played each other, and it was 3-1 to Rylands after extra time. Rylands won 1 and lost 5 in 2017. They lost 3-0 to Altrincham last week. Eagle won 3 and lost 2 in 2017. They really need that win just to make sure, just to keep them above Rudheath, Style and Garswood and out of trouble. The other big humdinger in this division is first v second. It's Whaley Bridge, the wannabe champions, against Wythenshawe Town, the need to be champions. No, they've stated a name. They've gone through the divisions the last 2 years, League 2, League 1. They've applied for promotion to North West Counties. They want this. They want to upset the apple cart. They want to show that a team can come through the divisions and take all three in 3 years. Can it be done? Well, Whaley Bridge is the place to go and watch this one. Whaley have won 4, lost 2 in 2017. And they beat Congleton Vale last week just by the odd goal. 1-0 last week. These two haven't played each other yet this season. So in effect, they're sizing each other up for a return fixture, which can only be in the next 7 weeks. Wythenshawe Town, 1-2, drawn 2, lost 2 in 2017. And there was that 1-1 draw with Rudheath last week. We're shaking it up a bit this week. We've turned it round. We've finished with the Premier Division. Don't forget next Friday, the cut-off for transfers and applications to join the league. Join James on his Monday review show to find out what's gone on, who scored the goals, who's had the red cards, and what the tables look like now. Monday evening. We look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.